What's up everyone, it's Jambors, new video, another podcast, another vlog and the ongoing story about this year's Eurovision issues, problems, dramas, funs. Let's talk! Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, I'm very glad you're here. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, discuss in the comments below. And actually, this is the point why I'm doing this video. Today I will probably do even more because there are so many topics I would like to express. I don't want to make those videos very long because I want to hear them all. Sometimes I think the issue is that you're not really listening the whole thing. You're losing the context, you write something and then it's like, okay, but I said this actually, and then that's it. Of course, then there are some people who take some part out, put it completely in different context, but this is up to them. But I really would like to talk more about what I'm hearing in those, what I'm reading in the comments, on some other fan media, and what I'm also reading on the Twitter and other social media about the same thing. And I will put it this way, I think the hardcore fans radicalizing, like really radicalizing, and because I'm a big football fan, I can somehow feel that we're having a very similar situation as like with football hooligans. It's a very specific group of people. They always think that the club is theirs. They also supported the club the most. They are the ones who are creating the choreo and making all the chorals and so on, and creating the atmosphere on the stadiums and around, because this is somehow their lifestyle. And I see that for many of you, Eurovision is also a lifestyle. I would even say that also for me it's kind of a lifestyle, because even I'm looking at it professionally and different eyes, more like a producer, director, a creative person, let's say, hopefully. I really like the way what it showed me in the world of television, because nothing is really matching it, and definitely not in Czechia by far. And I'm learning it. I'm learning everything about it, also from all the complexity of it, as I also did in many of my other projects in here or abroad. You know, I see that at certain point, and I think this is kind of a logical cycle, you're too much into something and too sure of your opinions that you're strict on demanding them from the platform which is not yours, but you feel it's yours because you're doing so much work around it. Like, without you it wouldn't really work. Without you there wouldn't be this atmosphere. Without you there wouldn't be so much exposure. Without you blah 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 blah. So many things. And I think it's understandable, you know. I started in television, and before then as a reviewer. I was reviewing video games, amateur level to professional level. Then I became a producer. It's complicated way of life, of my career at some point, but I started in this level of things with all the cycle, starting to criticize on amateur level. Then I understood more about what is the professional level, and then at some point I understood how is it from behind the cameras, from the completely opposite side and of its own layers. And this, if you don't have this experience, you won't ever understand. And those words, they are not perfect. And every single level, there are issues, problems, people, most likely, and different kind of relationships, different kind of goals, and so on and so on. And of course, Eurovision, it's even more complex because it implies many countries, many cultures, many companies. In every company, in each of those companies, things are changing once a year. I will use an example for Czech television, doesn't matter. The management or the team and everything, it's perfect. The other year, the management changed, atmosphere, the team changed, whatever. So it's not a simple mechanism, but at some point I understand the way that fandom, it's still being closed, and I think it's closing and closing a little bit more, because also as Eurovision is becoming a phenomenon globally, even more and more on social media nowadays, and newcomers are coming there and whatsoever, a lot of you needs to protect your space because it's your safe zone. You must prove yourself as kings of the hill. You must show that you really understand the project the best, that you are the best, you are the most relevant people. And that's causing radicalization, because also you're questioned. You're also questioned, like you're questioning EBU, you're questioning producers, you're questioning me, whatever. You are also being questioned. So I understand this radicalization because you need to prove your worth. The issue I have with this, and I think it's a normal thing, the issue is, and I think this implies for you, first of all, not being taken really seriously by anyone, right? I think this is one thing what also creates this radicalization. And the more extreme you can be and you feel that there is no punishment or so, you can do it very freely, which you can. You do it until certain point. I think the point is still not reached, but please don't go there. The other thing is that as same as in football, because it also became more and more extreme. What happened? The club said, okay, not anymore, you're not welcome on the stadium. This was the solution. It was the radical solution. In my opinion, this is not the best solution, but at certain point, this is the perfect solution for the one thing. You tell the group, you completely went wrong, you completely went against. We asked you several times, we debunked all of those your hate questions and so on. You still continue to use passion instead of logic. You just did it. You don't behave in the way how we want to perceive the project. It's basically you're endangering the whole project. You think it's us, but we are responsible for the project, and you're spreading the bad environment about it. Then if we will not go, so somebody needs to go, and it will be you. So this is what can happen, that at certain point you will be even more excluded than you maybe even feel you are. Why you were excluded more from Eurovision things, for example rehearsals? Why are not there? No, because you created extremely toxic environment about it, and it wasn't helpful for anybody, especially for the people with the decision power in each TV, each teams, because you were poisoning minds of the people around. And that's what really happened. I can see it from this side, so maybe you feel, no, it's not true, it's overreacting. No, this is how those people, producers, felt about it with their artists, and say like, okay, we don't want this anymore. And Eurovision lost some of its very amazing things. And that, again, did someone exclude you from the press room? No, but a little bit shorten this, right? Like, make this piece of cake smaller for you, and it will get even shortened if you won't stop just doing this. And I think you have options, you have logical options. You can start to support the project even more and start to spreading positive news about it. It doesn't mean not to be critical. I think this is very important, but being critical reasonably and be critical logically. When you put arguments on the table, let's make them an arguments, like really, like facts, logical things, presentations. Do a constructive criticism, like, okay, I don't like this, and our solution would be maybe this. I think that the core things are that most of you don't really understand how it looks and work behind the cameras, how it is with budgeting, how it is with producing, how it is with directing. Like when I was a reviewer on the amateur level, but also lots of you are doing it for many, many, many years. And I don't see the progress. And I can also criticize, like, come on guys, you're doing it for 10 years and you're doing it the same. You're doing it for 10 years and you still don't know the facts. Of course, it's very nice that you know who won in 74 and 78 and 86 and who came fifth 2 years ago and how many points they had. But in general, you didn't learn anything. You didn't learn how to ask proper questions and so on. But of course, you're a fandom. You're creating this is the thing, that if Eurovision wants to protect itself from hardcore emotions which don't belong there, eventually you are the first ones who will be kind of put aside, and two things can happen. Young blood will come to replace you, which you don't want. I would really recommend you to start integrating and learning, professionalize. Would be amazing. Or really profi media will come in and it will become a much closer environment for really, really big media outlets in general, commercial, which will be helpful for commercial activities of Eurovision also. What huge luck you have that you're still amazingly taken as a community into press centers and so on, which in other events of sports and big things like Eurovision are really only for the big media outlets and not fans. This is incredibly big thing that you can be like you are part of the project historically, but don't take it as a granted thing. It's not. It's really not. And if you want change, if you want stop being radicalized, if you want help Eurovision to grow, because this is the reason. I think if you want help Eurovision, if you want help EBU, if you want become a partner, if you want be able to listen, to talk, and also that comes from the other part, which should talk to you more, as I do now. But okay, we don't need to agree with it, but we need to find some consensuses if we want to cooperate, because then the other solution is that you will be excluded. And then you can write whatever on your media, you can do YouTubes, but eventually, the bubble, even it feels huge, and it is somehow huge, it's uncomparable to how this project is huge. It's uncomparable, it's like a drop in the water. So be really happy about what kind of power you have and that you're taken seriously at some point, but it will go to the verge. And if you will behave like you behaved this year, if you do vlogs, ignorance and so on like you did this year, if you won't professionalize, like I think it's just getting a little bit worse and worse and worse. Thanks God for some cases like Eurotrip or some individuals who really makes this feel like a real journalism, then you will be casted aside as a hooligans in football. And it will take a lot of time and new people to come to replace you and create this bubble once again, but without you. This is what will really happen. This is why I'm criticizing you. This is why I criticize basically everything what I don't like. This is me, honest, and me. I'm being me. You can also stay you, just learn the argumentation, do it, think about it, think about the responsibilities you have and or you want to have, because if you want to have a power over Eurovision, you need to come with responsibilities, and you've shown that you want to have a power but no responsibilities, and you're continuing doing this. Of course, I'm talking to the ones which everybody knows who I'm talking to, actually. So this is it, and you can write me in the comments below. I like to discuss with you. I like to debunk a lot of things. I did it now I'm like, I feel like a master debunker. Even though this is not an easy Eurovision for us, I really wish that we will heal and that this will help us. You have a chance. You have a chance to become a powerhouse for Eurovision or become nothing for Eurovision. And I think the first option is better, right? It's better for everybody. I would really love to, because this is unique what Eurovision has, what any project has, such a huge fan base. But it must go with voices of reasons, and now I'm talking to the media outlets, or fun media outlets, that you are part of this environment and you should take it also a little bit more responsibly. That doesn't mean not critical, but responsibly, and that's it. And if you're not a member, become a member. Inappropriate, right now. No, this is it. Like there's many content you can do. If you want to support me a lot, becoming a member and basically pay me monthly, it's perfect, because it will give me much more space to work on this. And it's step by step, slowly, but more and more will you be, more free I will be, and I can just do this for you and also for me. So thank you for watching. And see you in the next videos. Bye.